30 base.
Check 55 to Mike. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Let's go, baby.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
A toss play to Mixon. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Lucky.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
2nd down and inches. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hey, Delta.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, Here we go. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Big stop, D.
They're going to look to throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
In your face.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Under 10. 10. Switch.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
55, Mike, 55. Check the outs.
2nd and 4. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
set. Pittsburgh. I got 66. Pull it. Now. Check 24. Watch 24. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. Nifty move. Past the 20. 34 yards there at a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 13-yard line.
Let's go. 70 ending. 42's the mark. I got him. Tight up. Tight up.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. We're scoreless after 1. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. That's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunting. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch out. Check 43.
Now Joe Mixon. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slant. SOS. Check out.
Get it.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Hey, Haywood. Ready?
He'll look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards. Better than 20 here.
Set up. 60 Pittsburgh.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Snap.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Set. 70 Indy.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Off the draw, here's Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gators.
Come on, come on.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 52, Mike 52. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. It's been a long day for you. 52.
Hey, wahoo.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 19 yards away, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Haskins. And this is caught by Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Check. Crunch.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 38-yard line.
36.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Mike's 42. Watch the run. Mike's 42.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Haskins looking to throw on first down. That's caught by Howard. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Hey, let's get there. Hey, Mike's 42. Too low, cut.
From the gun, it's Haskins. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scott Miller, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
Good.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check 50, check 50. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Drop. Double up. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Go, safety's creeping.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Undercrunch. Check safety, check safety. No, that's mine. Kill.
After the penalty, it's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Running right, Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Kill. Check your hot read.
Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Check 13. Check 13. That's it. 42. Mike's 42. Don't get nervous. Mike's 42. Go. 42. I don't think you got it, son.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. He finds Howard complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Down. 60 outlaw. 42 is the mic. Ain't no such thing as a loss. It's free.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer out him again.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Pick up the ball. Shoot. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Haskins on the keeper, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dwayne Haskins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Bucs have taken the lead. Gay is on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Buccaneers 14, Packers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
55. Hey, tight.
80 weapons. Go.
Check right. Watching you find. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to
Go.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
The Bucs take over
play to
1st
win.
and 10
Let's go.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jones. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings, the things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Switch.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Airing this. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Check three.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he'll go down at the 28.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
X3, 218, chop. Hey, Alpha.
55, come on, Doc, 55. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the pass, watch the pass.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Touchdown, Packers! In for the score, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it first and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll try the jet sweep here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Mike 42. Sponge. No. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Rush in. Wait. Flare. Slam.
On 3rd down, it's Jones, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6.
52, Mike 52. Double dog. That's the way.
Go.
Pop. Where's 52?
Hey, Zoo.
52's the mic. You got double up. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Who that? Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Here we go. Let's bring it.
2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
Mark 52, Mark 52. Silver. Hey, Mark 52, Mark 52. Watch the screen.
He'll drop to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Mark 52. You ain't going nowhere.
Smoke.
52. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Hey, exit.
Mike 52. I'm coming for you. You mine.
Shoot.
They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, high 7.
Watch Mike. All day, just like that. Check 52 to Mike.
Check go.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
First down, Packers.
On the ready.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to throw. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
Got three down. Hatchet.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Check 52. Kill. Check 37. Check 37.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it third and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
In need of a third and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Stay with your man. Mike's 50. Yep. Watch the twist. 50, Mike's 50. Army.
First throw of overtime for Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
Second and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I know he ain't got it. Mike 55.
Bravo.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Not today, you are. Not today.
5.
Second and 9 now. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now back to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And a Packer first down.
Set.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38.
13 spill. Lead grip.
Back to throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, Mike 52.
Hey, orbit.
Check tight. 52's the mic, boy. 52. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Green Bay, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.